fit on this bed. I don't fit on the bed down there. I don't fit on the bed in there either. I don't fit on any of the beds. It's not built for American bed. It's built from some French supermodel. Short, skinny, smoking. Oh, I'm stuck. My shoulders are stuck. I'm too broad. Oh, thank God. Look at this. Look at this. Shoulders don't fit. All right, we're done. Spare us. Don't bury us in this camper. It's a great camper for somebody else.
So things we hate about our camper. Dislike. Not hate, dislike. Strongly dislike. What do you hate about the Jayco Hummingbird?
17BH.
17BH specifically.
It's not awesome. The table breaks when you make it to bed on the third night. Not the first or the second, but the third night. The bunk will sleep a 300-pound fat man if you can pick him up, vertical cling him, and shove him in sideways. Or you'll sleep somebody at 6'2", 208 pounds of steel if they suck in, turn sideways, shimmy in, vertical, and are flexible as a ballerina ninja. And then you feel like you're moving. The bottom one is like sleeping on granite, but worse. And if you're 6'2", the perfect height for a man, your legs hit from end and your head hits the other end. And then your neck cracks and you feel like you died.
What do you hate about the kitchen?
Oh yes, don't hate. I dislike that it's a slide. The battery goes dead, you have to use the generator or plug it in. It doesn't have an emergency release that I can tell of. Maybe it's in the manual, I'm too busy to read that. The tow's heavy. It does not have 350 pounds of tongue weight. I had the truck loaded, the camper loaded lightly and with water, and it just kept dropping and dropping and dropping, and finally, 4 inches off the ground, the truck stopped. It does not have 350 pounds of tongue weight. Back to the kitchen.
Now, first thing I don't like is the kitchen. As you can see here, the stove is awesome. It works really, really well. But the part I don't like about this kitchen is this counter space back here. I can't prep on it. I put stuff back there, but that's still not helpful. So for prepping, you end up having to use the dinette. And so if there's anyone sitting there, it becomes really cramped really quickly. So my biggest complaint about our camper is that the back ends up being the prep area for your kitchen. Another issue with this is, so this makes a bed so that this camper can officially sleep 4 people. This spot is actually very small. I am about 5'4", and I have trouble fitting into this space. I can lay horizontally this way, but if I want to go vertical, I do not fit. Also, this drop off here, which is what helps you drop the table and make the bed. This part, you end up putting your knee through a lot when you're trying to get on and off the bed. So that's kind of annoying. It is nice that it is an option as far as sleeping goes. However, it's still, it makes it hard if somebody wants to go to sleep and people want to play cards or anything like that, that person who is sleeping in this bed doesn't really get that option. So that is an annoyance. However, it's camping. It's not like a big deal, but it is kind of awkward. So if you're taller, this isn't going to fit for you. So the next thing I'm going to discuss is the bathroom. So the toilet is okay if you're shorter. So I'm shorter, so this is fine. My husband's really, really tall. So he's about 6'2", so it's kind of uncomfortable for him to be in this bathroom. Also, the shower situation is kind of awkward. You don't really have much room, which, you know, we don't really use the shower with camping, so it's not that big of a deal for us. So you have this curtain you're supposed to pull to protect this door over here. And so while you're protecting the door, I can see the potential there could be water damage in the future if you were going to shower a lot. But it's kind of a tight, cramped space. But overall, it's nice to have a bathroom. Then it's better than not having one. So overall, if you're a smaller person, that this will actually work pretty well. So this complaint is going to seem rather trivial to you and most people. So this is supposed to be a paper towel holder here. The problem is it doesn't fit a roll of paper towels. The paper towels go out about 3 or 4 more inches beyond the actual holder. So we used it as an actual like towel holder. So for dish towel, except for it's above your thermostat, so you have to be careful so it doesn't get wet, and so it's kind of an awkward placement. But if this would actually fit a roll of paper towels, that wouldn't be so bad, but it seems to have issues fitting paper towels. However, the spice rack here has been really nice. So I do recommend the spice rack as far as that, but the paper towel holder they needed to make it about an inch or 2 wider to actually accommodate those paper towels. So a nice feature in here is actually your fridge. So this fridge is nice because, as you can see here, you can actually either use propane or you can use electric. So when you're driving, you don't have to use propane. You can actually have it on your battery charging, or you can run it on a generator. So you can either light it or do whatever you need to do. And so that is actually a really nice feature that Jayco put in with this Norcold refrigerator. It's not your largest refrigerator, but usually when you're camping, we don't tend to have a lot of different, we don't tend to use the fridge very much. We like to use the cooler because we're usually out doing other things, but this is a nice option. So I do recommend their fridge. It's very nice. So one of my favorite features in this camper is actually this drawer. It is great for pots and pans. It's just tall enough and just deep enough to fit most of the ones that you can actually use on your stove. So if you're looking at getting a Hummingbird, this is a great feature, and I highly recommend it for that drawer, and I wish other campers would have wide drawers like that. This camper does offer ample storage, though. So if you look in there, look at all those shelves, and all these shelves can be moved. So if you actually want to use that bar on the top, you can hang coats or clothes up in here, and you also have a separate area down below here that does, it's actually stationary. So you don't have to, you can use this as a pantry. When we use it, we usually use this as a pantry and towel holder. More storage features. As you're walking into the camper, you have another one of those ones with the removable shelves. So that is super nice, and we like it a lot. We actually leave the shelves in because we don't really hang anything. We usually use this for our sleeping bag since it's right next to the bunks. As you can see, the bunks are here. You end up with 2 bunks in this model. And I didn't cover this earlier, but it also comes with a microwave, but you have to use a generator, otherwise it's going to blow your fuse. Or you have to have it plugged into I think it has to be plugged into at least 110 power. I'm not sure. I'd have to look at the specs. But so that is actually really nice. And also, there's air conditioning should you decide to use that. We've never used the air conditioning system or the microwave just because usually we like cooking a lot of stuff, so we end up using the stovetop instead. Now another nice feature is it comes with the table. So this pull-out table is super nice for when you want to actually do prep cooking outside, because this model comes with an outside grill that you can attach and use your propane on. So that is super awesome. And this table is nice for using that for prepping. And since it stores right in here, you don't ever have to worry about trying to find a spot for it to store. So a really nice feature is all of the electronics here. So you do end up with a very functional TV. It comes with this model. And then you have some ample storage down below for things. We use this as a snack cabinet because it's easy for our kid to get into it. However, you could use it for whatever you can imagine. But then you have one for electronics, so your remote, generator keys, extra RV parts. So this one's really nice. And then you have an awning, which is powered, which is really nice in and out. The slide power, because this is a slide that moves in and out to make it narrower for travel. And then you have all your monitors, and then you have this really nice radio. And actually you can have speakers on the outside and speakers on the inside. So you can actually control your zone. So it's pretty sweet. Now, it has an outdoor shower on this model, which is super nice. We haven't actually used it, but it is nice to have that feature. If you have dogs or pets, then you can at least get them clean before they come in. And then, one of the best features is this. So this is where your outdoor grill hooks up. and it actually attaches to your propane and you can use it, and it's super nice. And with that combination of table, it actually makes it a really great thing to have. Overall, it's a decent camper. We would recommend it for people who, without children. Our son, with having 3 people in there and having a preschooler running back and forth, is kind of, it's kind of tight, and I would recommend it for people who are someone who's either single and wants to go further places off-road, or for people who are, for a couple who doesn't mind, who's a little shorter. If you're tall, this is not the camper for you, since it is not full width. It is not a full width camper. It is a shorter camper. As you can see, the tires are wider than the actual body of your camper. And so if it was actually out to the tires, it would be a full width camper. It's only about maybe 6'3" or 6'4" across that whole camper body. What do you like about the camper?
Nothing.
I need something to do.
Nothing.
I like you got us out here. I hate that we did all the hard roads.
Oh, it looks good.
It does look really good.
It looks really good out here.
Looks really good out in the desert. I like that it works okay. I think if you put memory foam on the bottom bunk, it'd be fine. You can sleep one person.
It's really meant for someone who's about my size, who's about 5'4". It
Up
may
to 5'8".
up to about 5'8". If you're any taller than that, it is
I'd say
not.
let's not buy it because I don't fit. And she said, let's get it. We got it because it's a great price. So if anybody wants it, it's a great price. We'll sell it for a great price. And it's yours. Has amazing rims. It look kind of like the TRD Pro 4. TRD rims. So those are nice. Rims look good. The outside looks good.
And it's a Baja Edition, so it is higher up.
It's
so
taller. It is nice. They got us back here, which is a little more rutted, a little deeper. Not too bad.